Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Halloween Horror. This is day two, and I'm going to be reviewing a late 80s classic, a Tim Burton classic, and that is none other than Beetlejuice, which stars Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Jeffrey Jones, and Catherine O'Hara. I do not know the actor's name I don't know the actor who plays Otho. I don't really know his name. I don't even think it's on the back of this, but you guys will recognize the actor from other things. But Beetlejuice is, I believe, Tim Burton's second film that he directed. Of course, before this, it was Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and then I think not too long after this, he would go on to do Batman, and of course Michael Keaton. Would they would work together. So basically, in this film, you have Barbara and Adam, who are played by Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis. They are a married couple, and they decide to spend their wedding anniversary at home. Barbara is pretty much renovating and decorating stuff, while Adam is working on his, model that is a kind of a recreation of the town that they live in. So he needs to go into town to his store to pick up a few items for the model. They decide to go there, and then afterwards, as they're heading home, there's a dog in the road. They end up swerving, pretty much busting a hole on the side of the bridge. Of course, the vehicle's being held by like this piece of wood. The dog's on it, gets off, the car flips, and they basically drown. Not knowing what's going on, they finally make it home. They're not sure if they survived or what's going on, so Adam goes outside, ends up being somewhere completely different. Barbara brings him back in, and she basically tells him, I don't think we survived the crash, and there's no. Barbara shows Adam that there's no reflection. They come across a handbook, the handbook for the recently deceased. Um, One thing leads to another. They end up meeting Juno, who's a caseworker for like dead people, basically, for the afterlife. And at the same time this is going on, we have the character of Beetlejuice, who's trying to get Barbara and Adam's attention. And they bring this up to Juno. Juno encourages them not to say his name three times and not to interact with him. She explains that they both used to work together, and he's this bioexorcist that just seems to do whatever he wants, basically. And they kind of, don't listen to her, and they find out, the hard way themselves. One thing leads to another, and I'm not going to give away too much on the film because a lot of people may have not seen this movie. But yeah, it's a fun movie. I mean, Danny Elfman returns for the music, and it's probably one of my favorite movie scores. Of course, we have the Deo song. There's a number in this film that's great. Winona Ryder's great. Anything she's in just about is pretty good for the most part. Catherine O'Hara, there's something about that actress who I don't know, she's just gorgeous. I pretty much love her in a lot of the stuff she's done. She would continue on working with Tim Burton. She would go on to do The Nightmare Before Christmas in 1993, I believe. And I'm not sure if she's starred in anything else since then. I could be wrong. I'd have to look at some of the other Tim Burton films. But yeah, the setting's great. There's some really cool stuff. The practical effects are great. It's also got a pretty interesting story on what the original script was like. Of course, there's been talks about the sequel. So, so yeah, um, it's definitely an interesting movie for the most part. Um, I'm trying to think here. Beetlejuice has definitely become a pop culture icon. Merchandise left and right. This movie did well to launch a animated series, which would launch a toy line. And you also had I think one of my favorite scenes in this movie is when Barbara and Adam, right here, do the little disfiguring on their faces. Now they want to try, the Winona Ryder, her father, played by Jeffrey Jones. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna say too much about him. Just if you don't know, go look it up. And then of course Catherine O'Hara's character, who is the stepmother to Lydia, and Adam and Barbara are trying to basically get them out of the house. That's why they try to get Beetlejuice. I should have mentioned that. I don't know why I didn't. But they're trying to scare them out. You got Otho, who is, I believe, like the assistant or so, or a partner that is a partner to Catherine O'Hara's character. And there's some really great moments in this film. Again, like the disfiguring scene, and then of course there's the oh, what is that scene? Oh my god, I just thought about it too. When Adam's head is decapitated and his body has to go up to the stairs to close the attic door, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot to close the attic door." That scene is great too. Or the scene Barbara pulls her face off when they're looking in the closet and find the wedding outfits. That's a really good one too. Yeah, I mean, it's not something too special, but it's a fun movie. I feel like it's one of those movies that you could watch it all year round. You really don't have to watch it during Halloween. But I wish I could say more about this film. This is one of those films, again, like Halloween. Everyone has seen it. Everyone knows about it, and it's hard to say things about it. Um, but yeah, I've always enjoyed it. Um, to this day, it's still quotable. I still quote this movie, especially like "We're Coming for Your Daughter, Chuck," um, or of course, "It's Showtime." Yeah, I would say that better if I didn't have if my throat wasn't dry right now. Um, I'm trying to figure out what else to say. Check it out. For those who haven't seen it, check it out. That's all I can say. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Um, I try to do my best with these films. It's hard to not give away too much. I don't like to spoil films unless I really have to. But with that being said, thank you guys for tuning to day 2 of Halloween Horror. I will see you guys pretty soon with day 3, and day 3 is going to be a pretty interesting one. So with that being said, don't forget to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. And until then, take care.